was so loud, and this is a nice fish.
Did you keep him?
No, I didn't.
No?
I don't think you can you? Up above this bridge?
Yeah. Keep two. Keep two.
Oh, really? Is that not what it says on there? What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the US of Angling, where I travel the US full-time in a travel trailer and I fish everywhere I go. Today, we're going to be fishing and exploring the Sequoia National Forest. Right behind me is the Kern River. We're just upriver of Lake Isabella. There's a stretch of this river that's over 20 miles long that a road goes right next to, making it extremely easy to pop in and fish different spots. But like I said, we're going to do a little bit of exploring today. So we're going to drive up to the end of the road to a spot that is known for its wild rainbow trout. This strain of rainbow trout can only be found in this river. It got locked in this river somewhere between 10 and 70,000 years ago, and it's genetically just a little bit different than other rainbow trout. It's got some different markings on it. I'm super stoked to see them. Like I said, this is the only place in the world that you can find these fish. It is taking absolutely every ounce of strength in my body not to run up to the truck and fish this spot right here because it looks absolutely incredible. But we're gonna get off the beaten path a little bit today. We got a couple mile hike, but I had to pull off on one of these stops and just check this river out. It looks absolutely incredible. I could not be more excited. I'm getting back to the truck and we're headed to our fishing spot. All right, guys, check this out. You don't know how happy I am to see this freaking sign. I have been looking up regulations and finding so many contradicting things online. Luckily, they post it right here at the fishing spot. As a general rule of thumb, I knew that the further you went upriver, the more strict the regulations became, but there was just a few gray areas where I could not figure out exactly what was going on. Upriver of this bridge is known as the wild portion of the river, and below you can use bait, you can keep 5 trout as a daily limit. In a couple weeks you'll be able to keep 2 trout from this portion of the river, but it's not open season yet, so we're definitely going to do some exploring up here, but I am going to have to go down below this bridge towards the end of the video because I've got a meal plan tonight and trout is on the menu. I'm going to have to catch at least 1 or 2 for dinner. First things first, we are on the hunt for the Kern River Rainbow Trout. I've also been waiting to say this in this exact spot for a while. Let's go catch something. If you've seen any of my other trout stream fishing videos, you know I love using a spinning rod going after trout. We will be throwing flies today under a little weighted bobber. I just haven't fallen in love with that fly fishing yet, but this is a nice hybrid. Love cranking on trout with a spinning reel. Hopefully that's gonna be happening here real soon. All right, whew. It's not too bad a hike in, but I'm working up a sweat. We're gonna come down here and wet a line, see if we can't luck out and get a rainbow on our first spot. All right, guys. Oh, I'm so stoked. This water's moving pretty good right here, but we're gonna give it a go anyways. All right, our setup here, we are just using, not super small, I don't know exactly what size this is. If I had to guess, I'd say probably like a 14 size nymph on 3-pound fluorocarbon. We're gonna start, I don't know how far that is, 3.5 feet under a weighted slip bobber. Let's just flip that out there, see if we can't just get super lucky and pop one off quick. I am so stoked to be fishing down here right now. Man, I love that bobber just floating like that. Cannot wait to catch our first fish. Oh, it's gonna be incredible. Oh my gosh, oh, that was a fish and it was not a small one right there on that rock. Oh my gosh, first I thought I hit that rock. Oh man, what a bummer. Not really though, that was a nice fish. That was sick, our first bite, and he was a nice one. Oh my gosh, that was so sick. Right out by that rock. It's really good to know that they're gonna hit this nymph that I've got on. I was really anticipating that first bite. Oh man. That's probably the only bite we're gonna get next to that rock, I would imagine. Let me cast out, see if I can cast on the other side of it. Let's get way out there. We could get lucky on the other side of it, maybe. No. Oh, that was so sick though. That was not a bad trout. He was somewhere in the teens. I mean, that was bigger than a 13-inch fish. I didn't see him for very long, but darn. Why couldn't we land that? Oh my gosh, guys. Well, we missed our first bite, but that was so freaking exciting. That was not a small fish. I am stoked that this day is just getting started. All right, guys. We got quite a few big boulders in the water in this spot. This is only the third spot we're walking down to. Second spot was a bust. First spot, we screwed it up. Let's see if we can't make it happen on this one. The anticipation is just killing me. I'm so freaking excited to catch a trout out of this river. Whew. All right, guys. We're getting our hiking in for the day, and I'm thinking it just might pay off in this next spot. I'm actually walking back a little bit. There's just a really big shoreline that you can walk up and down. And there's a lot of boulders in the water, a lot of places that look like they should be holding fish. So fingers crossed we get a trout in the net here in this spot. Oh yeah, I see the spot that is holding our first fish. I can see it now. It's about to go down. Ow. Bugs are just bombarding my eyeballs. Whew. Lots of bugs. We're crouched down right here. Fly's about 2.5 feet under this bobber. Let's make this happen. Come on. Let's make this happen. Give us our first trout. That's a fish. Yep. That's a fish. Yes. Stay out of those trees, buddy. Come on. All right. This is not a small one either. All right, guys. Right away. Right away in this spot. Oh my gosh. Come on, bud. Stay on here. All right. All right. Man, these bugs are just crazy. Come on, bud. Yes. Get this net out. Yes. All right, guys. Come here, trout. Come on, stay on here, bud. Stay on here. Got him. Got him. Oh my gosh. I got to get into a better spot. All right, guys. From the first glance of it, this is not a Kern River Rainbow. It looks a little bit too silver. Oh my gosh, but it's a rainbow trout nonetheless. Is that fly out already? Yep, that fly is out already. Oh gosh, guys, that is so awesome. Check him out, our first rainbow trout out of the Kern River. This one does look like a stalker, but I do not care. Oh, I'm ecstatic right now. All right, guys, we've let him revive a little bit. He's going nuts in the net. I'm gonna pick him up real quick, but we're not gonna get this fish too far out of the water. Oh, check him out. Just a gorgeous Kern. Well, I wanna say a Kern River Rainbow, but it's not. Just an absolutely beautiful trout. Thank you so much, buddy. Oh my gosh, that was just as incredible as I had imagined. I saw this big rock in the water back here. With this slower moving water, I knew there was a trout sitting in there. This is the best looking spot that I've seen. Hopefully, that's not the only fish we pull out of here. Another. Oh! That was another fish. Darn it, he spit the hook on that one. That was 2 casts later. Oh my God. There's fish in this hole. Oh gosh. Unfortunately, I'm running out of time out here. I told JC I would absolutely be back in cell service at 4:30, and I've got at least a half-hour hike, maybe a little bit more, back to the truck, and then another 20 minutes back to cell service. So I've really got to get turned around going back. We have not caught our last fish of the day though. I need to keep a trout for dinner. So we're turned around, we're headed back to the truck, but we got at least 1 fish to put on the stringer yet. All right guys, this is gonna be our last ditch effort today for a Kern River trout. Oh, the bridge is just right on the other side of these rocks. Whew, I've been hauling butt. I only hit one other spot super quick, didn't catch anything. So we're gonna throw in right in the shaded area and just hope that somehow, some way, a trout comes up and whacks this thing. Oh my gosh. A trout just came up and hit the top of the water right there. That's a great sign. Man, those trout are hitting the top of the water right there. What's going on? There's a fish. All right, guys, we saved it. Come on, stay on here now. Please stay on here. Please stay on here. That was the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life, and this is a... That was so loud, and this is a nice fish. Holy crap, was that loud. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is a nice fish. This is definitely, oh, it's a nice brown trout. Please stay on here. Please. This is a nice brown trout, guys. Oh my gosh. Stay on the line. Stay on here. Guys, this is a nice brown. Oh my gosh. Please stay on here. Barbless hook it. Barbless hook. Barbless, yes! Guys, we did it. That's not what we were going for, but we freaking did it. Barbless hook right in the corner of his mouth. Oh my gosh, that just made the whole trip. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna get him out of the water for just a split second, guys. An absolutely gorgeous brown trout. What a nice fish. That's a, okay. All right. That had to have been at least 16 inches. I bet that was a 16-inch fish. So many fish are out here. I think they're mayflies, I'm pretty sure. They're landing on the water and they're just getting destroyed. They look like little fish that are coming up and eating them, but that was not a little fish. That was a nice brown trout. I did not expect to see that fish at all. Those freaking fighter jets were so unbelievably loud, it was insane. Those guys have to be having an absolute freaking blast, but I am not upset about what I'm doing right now. It's 3:11. I got to be back in service at 4:30. I still got about 10 minutes back to the truck, 20-minute car ride, and I've still got to get you, and I still have to catch a trout for dinner. I couldn't keep that brown trout. We're still up on the upside of this bridge, but that freaking fish just made my day. I think I said that with the last one, but they both did. Oh man, you guys can check this sign out again. Check it out, November 16th through the last Saturday in April, 0 limit. You can't keep any. That brown trout was definitely over 14 inches. We would have been able to keep that fish had it been 2 weeks later in the year, but oh well. How's it going?
Good, you?
Pretty good.
Getting fit?
Ended up catching 2. I walked I don't know how far, quite a ways, and caught one rainbow way up there.
Nice.
And then a really nice brown trout just right here on the way back. So.
Did you keep them?
No, I didn't.
No?
I don't think you can you? Up above this bridge?
Yeah.
Keep 2.
You keep 2.
Oh, I thought you couldn't yet until for like 2 more weeks or something.
No.
Oh, really? Is that not what it says on there? Online, I said I was reading quite a bit of stuff, and it was kind of contradicting. And then I got here.
I know.
Yeah, it was saying that like online it said that you could keep 2 out of here, and then like none out of like the tributaries or whatever. But then I got here and saw that, and I was like, oh.
You're good. You could have kept it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shoot.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Oh well.
As long as you use artificial lure going up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all artificial going up.
Gotcha.
So everything going down, then you can use whatever you like. But
Dang, see, that's what I thought before I got here, and then yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh well, I guess I'm not going to keep any.
Yeah,
So okay, so right now you can keep 2 trout anywhere out of this river.
Right.
Okay.
So as long as you use artificial lure, barbless hooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's
anything that bridge and down, then you're good with
bait and what, and then it changes to 5 trout, right?
Change to 5. Yeah.
Too,
All right,
so
I'll check your YouTube channel out.
Yeah.
US of England, right?
The US of Angling. Yep, that's it.
I'll check you guys out.
Awesome. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
You guys have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
All right, guys, that was super freaking weird, but I just talked to the State of California Department of Fish and Wildlife, and they told me that the signs posted here are wrong, that I could have kept 2 fish. So that really sucks because I should have kept that brown trout. It was a freaking beauty. And they never even checked my fishing license, which was pretty strange. Super nice dudes, but I just don't understand how the signage posted is wrong. And then those guys, yeah, that was confusing. I looked up on the internet the rules and regulations, thought I had it figured out, tried to go to a fly shop, they were closed, went to the Ace Hardware next to it. The guy there told me a whole different set of regulations that really threw me out of whack. So I got back online, found more contradictory things. Then I ran into who I think is the owner of that Kern River fly shop. Guy Jeans is his name. He wouldn't tell me the regulations because he didn't want anything going back on him, which I can understand that. But he did tell me that the regulations were posted here. Turns out those regulations are wrong, according to State of California Department of Fish and Wildlife. I am always very careful about rules and regulations because I'm traveling all the time. I try and do my best to abide by all the laws, but man, this area is all sorts of out of whack. One of the guys even just got in his book and double checked, and he told me his book is up to date. I could have kept 2 fish. They need to change that sign. Anyways, I'm gonna hit 1 or 2 more spots on the way home to try and catch 1 more trout for dinner. Oh my goodness. Woo! Well guys, I made it back home to the camper, which is parked right here on the shore of Lake Isabella. But I planned on wrapping this video up over a grill with some trout and steak sizzling, but unfortunately, we threw our trap back when we didn't have to. And due to time restraints, I wasn't able to catch another one. But that's all right because today was an absolutely incredible fishing day for only catching 2 fish. Missed a few more than that. So as much as I would have liked to be eating steak and trout tonight, plans changed. We're gonna go hit some hot springs, probably have an IPA or 2. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's gonna be a ton more to come. Thanks again, guys. Get out there and catch something.